Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the renowned hip-hop artist and actor, LUCCI Jones. For more on LUCCI, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the amazing talent of LUCCI Jones.
So Amir, what up? I hate a rhyme writer's rhyme. Matter of fact, I hate a rhyme writer's rhyme. I hate a freestyler's rhyme. I hate a rhyme if it's rhyme. Yo, I hate every rhyme that ain't mine. Okay, that's exaggeration, but that's my maturation and frame of mind at this date and time. And by my calculations, y'all been wasting time. But I don't mind, long as y'all ain't wasting mine. See, I ain't never met nobody that was nasty as me. I'm sicker than the sickest of the sickest MCs. I'm quicker than the quickest of my quickest enemies. Brother, please, 16s, make you buckle at the knees. Spit hit your spleen, and split you at the seams. Crush MCs to smithereens in the middle of their dreams. Supersede the age of intelligent machines. So radio play, that's irrelevant to me, LUCCI. And all the people said, and all the haters said, and all the fans said, you know why? They love the wordplay, the way the nouns and verbs play. Like tag your it and ring around the rosé, but we don't drink no rosé. It's strictly liquor, sipping it.
Well, hello, LUCCI Jones. How are you?
Good to be here.
LUCCI, you're a Renaissance man. Obviously, the audience just saw a little sneak peek of your song, The Architect, but beyond that, beyond being a hip hop artist, you're also an actor. I mean, you have your hands in everything in show business. I want to know first and foremost, LUCCI, where did you grow up and when did you realize that you wanted to be a part of show business?
Well, I grew up in New Jersey, in Woodbridge Township. I always loved movies, performances, but as far as creatively, I didn't do a lot of that early on. I was into sports. I was playing a lot of sports, but I was so dedicated into that the first outlet I had was rapping when I was, hit high school, and started rapping with some guys and making music. Took a break for a while, went back to it. As far as performing acting wise, it was something I wanted to do since high school, for sure. My first acting class was my senior year at Swarthmore College. And that got me pretty pumped about it. It was a class that I did pretty well in. I'd have it after football practice, and I'd be tired, and we'd start out with these meditation routines, and he's like, "Don't go to sleep." I'm like, "I'm gone. I'm about to fall asleep. I'm exhausted." but once we got up, you shake it out, you're ready to go again, and I got a lot of positive feedback from the class, and the professor too. So.
LUCCI, I love it. I can relate, my friend. I mean, not only being Italian, I assume you're Italian?
Yes,
well,
half Italian, half Irish, actually.
I'm Italian, Irish, and German.
There you go.
Hello. Now listen, LUCCI, growing up, I was a varsity long distance runner, tennis player, doing sports, but also always performing. But it was only later that I attacked the arts as well. So I totally can relate. But LUCCI, what I also love about what you do is that you have an unapologetic nature to what you do, whether it's, as people can see in The Architect, or as you describe you going after your acting career. I'm curious to know where this fire within you comes from, and also you must have done a lot of work on yourself to come to the point where you're like, you know what, F it, I'm just gonna do it. Where does that come from for you?
Wow.
I know you didn't think I would get all Barbara Walters,
No,
Lucci,
no,
huh?
no, it's good though. You know, I always wanted to stand out. I was not very vocal in like, you know, public and private. Generally, I didn't talk much, but there was a lot I had to say. So I think for a long time, I was observing, you know, and in doing that, I got a pretty good understanding of myself and other people and how to approach uh, things that I wanted to accomplish.
I think it's amazing, Lucci, because you know the best actors in the world and the best creators of the world are observers. And the fact
Yeah,
that you not only got in touch with yourself, but that you got a really great POV on the human condition. In that whether you're creating or acting, you get to then write character. I mean, you're at the end of the day, Lucci, let's call a spade a spade. You're a great storyteller.
thank you, thank you. I mean, I think that comes from, well, a couple things as far as the music, as far as writing rhymes. Um, it comes from doing the history of hip hop music. When I first started getting into it, I was second or third grade, but prior to that, even I had seen Beat Street. I was like, this is it, this is mine. And but before that, I was listening to Billy Joel, and I loved that. But when I saw this hip hop stuff, I was like, that's something that I can do. You know, that could be mine. And where I lost my place.
No, you're perfect. Lucci, you're perfect. What I love so much about what you're talking about, though, is that you have taken all of the influences in your life from artists, you know, that you grew up idolizing, but you then now get to filter it through you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I love that
Yeah.
it's like even listening to the architect, it's almost like not like your normal hip hop. It's there's a fusion there. Does that make
Mm.
sense?
Yeah, yeah, actually, I appreciate that. You know, at this point, I don't generally just write rhymes. If I have a beat that I want to make a song to, uh, there's something that beat's gonna say to me. It's already telling a story. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
It's almost already telling the story, and I just have to fill in the words
And see, that's what I
so
love
everybody
about you.
can
You know, so
understand
many
it.
artists these days, they want to just rhyme for the sake of sounding clever, but
Yeah.
that's why you wanted, you're a storyteller.
Yeah, I mean, well, I appreciate the musicality of it, the storytelling, the different aspects. There's not, I mean, when I first started, we were collecting a little money to get to the studio. You know, everybody can do everything on a computer now. And I think, you know, that is great on one hand, but on the other hand, I think we didn't have that kind of access, and it was almost like you couldn't step up and try to do it until you were serious. You know what I mean? You had to practice. You had to hone different skills and whatnot.
Well, Lucci, before I get to my final question for you, I want to point out something that's really important, especially for the young artists watching. Lucci, you're a great example of someone who not only was born with a God-given talent on many levels, but you're
Thank
someone
you.
who worked on their craft. I feel like a lot of kids these days, they think they can go on TikTok, become stars, go on The Voice or American Idol, become stars. But at the end of the day, a career is going to be built on the craft and the
Mhm.
interest and the curiosity that you had as that second, third grader learning the history of hip hop. You in
Yeah.
those Swarthmore acting classes, whether you're meditating and falling asleep or whatever, but you know,
Yeah, yeah,
studying the craft of it. And I
yeah.
think it's really important for the kids to know. And I want to know, and looking forward for you, Lucci, what you're most optimistic about as the world starts to open up slowly but surely.
Uh, what I'm most optimistic about is just expanding more into acting again, getting after that more. And I've been on a little break for a little while with the music, and I've been collecting beats and whatnot, and I think I'm gonna be getting back to that too. So
Well,
as long as it's something I enjoy, and I think I'm doing something positive, like somebody might listen, you know.
Well, Lucci, you have a new fan in me, my friend, and I'm so grateful that I spoke with you and you got to speak, and you took the time to speak with me today. But I want to let our audience know, for more on the incredible, and I'll add something, hip hop artist and actor, Lucci, you can read more about him right below this video. Lucci, God bless you, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much.